What is going on, guys? Welcome to your, let's see, sixth, I think, HTML tutorial. And in this tutorial, I'm going to start talking to you guys about something called pseudo-classes. Now, pseudo-classes is something we got in CSS3, and it gives us more control over the styling of our website. So let me go ahead and add something. Again, I cleared everything out in my main CSS, so we're pretty much working with this main blank template. And I'm going to go ahead and add a div, and I'm going to give it an ID of mommy. Now, I'm going to be giving it this ID name because I want to represent how this is a parent of all the things inside it, because I can't remember in my XHTML tutorials if I talked to you guys about parents and children, but basically whenever you have a tag, anything inside that tag is the child. For example, this paragraph is a child of this div, and this div likewise is a parent of this paragraph. So that's kind of the structure. Everything inside something else is a child of it, and you can also say it like this. This paragraph is a grandchild of this body. So anyways, I'm going to be saying child and parent a lot, so I just didn't want you guys to get confused. I think I'll, mention that. So let's go ahead and add some excuse me, I saw I messed up here. I'll go ahead and say Bucky is the child and mommy is the parent. So anyways, what would I say? I think I say tuna and bacon der. That sounds like something I would say. So I'll go ahead and throw that in there. And I'm going to add about about 5 children, because that fits nicely in my screen recorder. So basically my setup is this. I have a div mommy, which is the parent of these 5 children. Now these 5 children all belong to the class of Bucky. So you're saying, okay, Bucky, why the heck would you do that? Well, I did that to demonstrate something called a pseudo-class. Now, like I said, a pseudo-class is basically a way that we can have more control over all of the elements, or in this case, all of their children. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to show you guys an example of something called the nth child, which pretty much allows us to represent one of these children according to a number. So say p nth minus child, and yes, this is a minus or hyphen, however you want to say it. You can have something written like this, and what this would mean is any paragraph that is the third child, and we can go ahead and apply attribute to it, gets styled, I don't know, I'll just turn the font green or something. So what happens if we go ahead and save this and run in Chrome? We can see that any third child, that's a paragraph, gets styled with that green color. Pretty weird, huh? But it's kind of useful. And you're saying, okay, Bucky, let me look at this again. I understand that if you have a bunch of paragraphs that are children of another thing, in this case they're children of this div tag right here, then the third child would be green. But Bucky, this has to be the most useless thing I've ever seen in my entire life. If I wanted this effect right here, then I could just go right here and apply an inline CSS style to this one. It would save me a whole lot of time, and I don't gotta worry about this nth child and a number of stupid crap like that. Well, I want to say this. You are absolutely correct. And that's why this technique right here, using just one child singled out, it isn't the most commonly used technique. In other words, it's kind of useless. What people typically do is they add keywords or formulas in here. So you could write something like odd, and that is actually a keyword that CSS3 recognizes, and now whenever you refresh, every odd element, 1, 3, and 5, every odd child now gets styled that color. So we're saying, okay, that's kind of more useful, because then if I have a site that's maybe a list of links, and I didn't know if there were going to be 10 links or 20 links, or maybe it's a cool site that changes every day. Now you could have every other one styled, and if you have a huge list of stuff, it's kind of useful to change every other color, because then it's easier to see. So maybe, you're having a Christmas theme on, I don't know, let's say you're making a site like YouTube where you had a huge list of videos. So every odd one would be green, and every even one would be red. So let's go ahead and change that and check it out. So every odd one is green, every even one is red. In Another way this comes in handy is if you have a huge table, like if you have an auction site like eBay or something, you could have every other row a different color, and it's going to make your items a whole lot easier to see. So not only with paragraphs, but you can also apply this to table rows, and it's going to make your life a whole lot easier. So again, that's what they more commonly use the nth child for, instead of just singling out one element. And another thing I want to point out is you can also write formulas in here like 4n plus 1 or something, and you can use these complex formulas if you want to say only turn every 4 rows blue. Ooh, my voice crack right there. That's kind of embarrassing. Sorry, I'm just starting to go through puberty. A lot of changes in my life right now. But anyways, if you want to like change every fourth row, like 4, 8, 12, 16, blue, you can do that using these formulas as well. But we don't got time for formulas for this tutorial. I got to move on to the negation pseudo classes in the next tutorial. I got crap to do. I got puberty to go through. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next tutorial.